Oh, ladies and gentlemen, happy holidays! Hi! Say hello to Anders over there. Thanks for being here. Let me hear a big loud you. And this is our 1000th show. We'd like to thank all of our friends, especially the ones that give us lots of money. Mary, great. Sure, for Mary, she's our friend. Everybody, thank you for the job. If you weren't here, we wouldn't have a job. So thank you, everybody. It's so fun. It's fun playing here at Knott's Berry Farm. And this is the show that we call the Hillbilly Holiday Spectacular. Playing the banjo, whistling Rick. On the bass, Anders. On the fiddle, Dynamite Danny. Actually, originally, we used to call this show the Hillbilly Holiday Spectacular. That was way back when we were still brothers. But now we're just friends. It just kind of got weird. And so we call this show the Hillbilly Holiday Spectacular. We just refer to it as the spectacular amongst ourselves when we build the spectacular. The song that we decided to open up as a sing-along will be this song that we know. But there's part of it that I can't remember what it is. And you'll see it come over my face sometimes. You'll see me start to blank out. I'll go. And then you sing when I do that. Let's see how it works out. Let's start out. Let's do the Jingle Bell Rock. Square in the frosty air. about Christmas time and the holidays. There are big parties at Graceland and the mansion. The biggest party was the first party of the many parties. But the first party was the big one, when they would light the tree in the main room, off to the side from the foyer. They would light the tree, and as the tree was being lit, he would have his favorite Christmas carol whistled by his whistler. We're going to do an instrumental version of one of my favorite Christmas carols. Some people out here, some people, and I've heard people, and I'm one of those people that feel that there's angels sometimes around, especially when you're particularly sad or feel like in danger. Am I the only one that feels that? There's other people. Good. This is a great song. This is one of my favorite songs that we do. It's called Angels We Have Heard on High. there you go, there. See, that's what I'm just kidding, of course. This is a particular time for kids that kids stress out because the holidays, there's so much pulling down and everything, they get burned out. They get burned out trying to be good. Because they're told to be good because you know what, man. And I feel bad that that's what we put on children. So let's do this song for the kids. Let's lighten it up. Two little beautiful little girls right here. You better watch out. You better watch out. I'm telling you why I sing it. Santa Claus is coming to town. I hate to tell you this, but he's making all this. Check it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty and sing. Santa Claus is coming. Your dad can't hear it, can he? He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're home. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Girl, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you. He said, no, don't do that to her. No. Give me the mic. Santa Claus. Okay, y'all. Oh, look at this. I'm Guess who else is in town? George in there, George. Yes, I just really we all Ringo. Me too. The boy around Friday. Never been full. Joe.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you. I think this time of the year is something that we all really want. Me and Yoko really wanted it. I think Ringo said it best when he said, "Give peace a chance."
1, 2, 3, 4. He was made of snow.
sorry, y'all, we're gonna get on the old orange blossom special, but this time of year there's more red and green in it than there is orange. It's amazing how Dennis can put so many holiday songs, so many Christmas songs. He crams a gazillion songs into a very small amount of music. I don't even know how many songs there are. How many are there actually, Dennis?
9.
Seem like more to me, but it's impressive nonetheless. How each song becomes the next song without a transition. In other words, each song mutates into the next song, and they're always in the same order or the same sequence. How do you remember that, the order?
Well, Grace, it's like this. You all can hear what I hear. You know that this Billy's going to be having a blue Christmas on the first Noel with 3 kings. The least will be rocking around the Christmas tree with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, who will be wearing silver bells while we sing Joy of the World with the help of a little drummer boy. For 12 days. Here we go.
Oh gosh, oh gee, how can I be? I can only think.
Jack Frost nipping your
Sing with me, sing with me.